You ready? Yours are open.
Thank you. Chocolates were good? Yep. All right, first week, movement one. We good? Still working percussion?
Unless on your part you see a snare drum that's beginning.
There will be a snare drum eventually, I think. No, maybe not. There is, yeah, at the end of the movement, there's a snare drum at 105. I know. At 97, letter E, 97, there's a snare drum. Is that, there, on my part, it's just listed as percussion.
Oh, okay.
So is it on there?
You got it.
You got it?
Thank you.
Yep.
you think?
It was fine. I think tempo was a little slow going into. I felt like the beginning was fine, and then once we got to like letter A, it felt slow. I was trying to pick it up. I don't know if that was my fault.
You're talking when you hit the.
Yeah.
Usually, it's actually shown under that somewhere.
It's not written. It's just crescendo and staccato. So that might have been my bad. I'm not totally sure.
Well, they weren't following you on it, definitely. What tempo is your target?
About there.
You were at 86.
I don't have a tempo marker to be honest. The beginning, I think, I'll carry the beginning being a little slower and then speeding up a little bit there. But I don't want it to be like in a gel.
Okay, what you just saying was like 110, 112. So where you ended up, where we ended up,
Yeah.
and where you wanted to be were not the same. What are some things that you can do to help out?
Probably just be more direct with where I want the tempo and I guess the style to go, especially going into the staccato woodwind stuff around letter A. That's where it starts to get more energetic. And they were playing great. I just think maybe I wasn't super clear with that.
I would be more
I don't know.
economic, thrifty with your movement.
Okay.
You have a good pattern, you have good control of your left hand, those are not things that we need to look at. But your setup is here,
Okay.
and you've got a lot of, like, even if your left hand is doing all this fancy stuff, you kind of got this, like, thing going on where your window is actually almost at an angle, so they're not necessarily getting everything, and even sometimes you do like this loop to 3, which elongates beat 2 and causes drag. If they're following, I will concede that no one was following you there.
I was.
Sure. No, I mean, it's hard when like there's a group mentality and you want to be the only one that's with the conductor. Even then, it's not easy. What I would do is do this, touch your right, out. That's your setup. Where now your ictus is all happening here. Try really hard to just stay in this window for now. You can break that rule later. If you just stay in here, 1, 2, 3, up. Don't put too much rebound. Notice my rebound on 2 is maybe that much. I get from younger conductors this all the time. This slows people down. You do that when you want to slow people down. Just nice and controlled. At a certain point, you don't even need to show a pattern.
Right.
You can do what's called tracing. Just, and then you can show. I would stick to that basic thing right now. Maybe take them through A or take them through the beginning into A, see if you can get that style change. Good job on the style change. See how that feels. Then the other thing I would say is like with your left hand, you're kind of entering into that one-trick pony area as well. Like this is working to a certain extent, but it's communicating lots of different things with just this one hand movement, and it's starting to lose meaning.
Right.
It's like when you say a word over and over again.
Yeah.
So try from the beginning, concentrate on fundamental pattern and that transition.
Right. Also, really quick, Star 2, are you playing the first trumpeter part?
No.
Can you
You
play
want
the
me to
first
go grab
trumpeter
my
part?
horn?
Okay.
I just need someone to play the first trumpeter part. There's a solo, so I just know. It's right after A. It's small, but I like it. Cool. Beginning. still think I think it was my fault for sure. I was too slow going into the letter A, I think.
You're still at 82.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's telling me you're probably starting there. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to be in that 112, 110 range, which is okay, I think you just need to start from that place. When I first started my career, I was like, I have to know all my tempo markings from my head, and I'm going to know them. And then now I'm not above bringing attention hours to rehearsal. So, you want me to click it off for you?
Sure.
Yeah. You want
I
110?
can pull it up here too.
Yeah, I mean, you have it on your iPad, it's,
Yeah.
technology's great. The other thing.
That's 110.
The other thing I'm seeing is you are conducting with your hand and not your baton. Did you watch something in the mirror, or has this been said to you before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Energy goes
It's
down
similar.
here, your table is here. Rather than like this up shot. It's hard to see from the outside. Try it, just let me look.
This did way better.
That's better, yes. Got a music stand that's not covered and stuff? The answer is no. You have 1, 2, 3, and you actually take your baton,
Yeah.
tip up, and then make sure your rebound does not go above this.
Oh.
And that's how you get, this is your conducting lip swing. Click, 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 drill that at some point in your life. Because your tempo getting to the interruption.
Yeah. Okay, beginning again.
You're already back in the 80s. At one point, you even hit
Maybe I
70.
just wanted to go slower there.
Maybe you wanted to go slower, and that's okay. You wanted to go slower,
I think so.
and then pick
Yes.
up tempo in your letter A?
Yes. Yes. But I don't want it to feel like it's like a shell.
I wouldn't go
Just
from,
slightly faster.
yeah, I wouldn't go from 85 to 110. I would, like, at that point, you have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Do I want it on the faster side or the lower side? I've said this to, I think maybe Sergeant Lee, and then we got, I think, the switch. But I did a project on this tune in grad school where I took like 10 different recordings from, you know, all the different bands across the world. There's no consensus of tempo on this. It's, some people do it in the 70s, some people are almost 120, not quite.
Yeah.
It's just wherever you want. Do like one more phrase and then we'll switch into Irish tune. You know what I'd like to see? Ba, ba, ba,
Yeah.
ba.
Let's see what number is that. That's letter B. Do you guys have measure numbers or no?
One of the
Ah, all right. We got two before B. Two measures before B. It's measure 39 if you're a math person.
Thank you.
How many beats is that?
All right. Two before B.
over the ensemble change. I think that'll help. You also do this like rocking.
Yeah, okay, listen. Every person who's ever watched me conduct has said that I can't, and I just can't not.
It's,
I'll get out of it and then it'll just creep back in.
yeah, and I'm not saying you need to plant,
Yeah.
but, you know, a lot of times I'll use the Greek pose because I think this has different energy. Sometimes I will want to do it, but make sure it's conscious and it's not a thing you do. It might be a defense mechanism too. A lot of people, when we get on the podium, even see it with Sergeant Jesus, you're not comfortable, don't do this a lot, but everybody's looking at you.
I contact a lot of people actually.
No, it's good. But sometimes like this defense mechanism, okay, I'm gonna retreat this way. A lot of folks do that, so. Well done, bravo. Glad you did.
All right, I got you, man.